All right. Now let's go to the Clippers.
That Clippers team. So they got let me make sure I pull up the legit. Uh so of course Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Chris Paul is back. They got Brook Lopez, Bogdan Bogdanovic is still there, Nicholas Batum, John Collins is there now, Chris Dunn, Zubac is still there, so probably Zubac coming off the bench behind.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Hell nah. Why?
You got Brook Lopez.
So?
I'm starting Brook Lopez.
Nah, dog.
I'm starting Brook Lopez.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Bunch of other names I never heard. Then they got Cam Christie. So they good. They got a plethora of guards.
All right, so give me your starting five if you had it your way.
I'm starting Chris Paul. I have to. I think he's still capable, and he's played with these guys before, most of them.
So if you start Chris Paul, what's the strategy? Is it for him to play
point guard? Give me point guard Chris Paul back.
All right, so
send James Harden back to being a shooting guard.
Okay, cool. So being that Chris Paul is an older point guard, and usually what you see from older point guards on a championship team is kind of like what you saw from Sam Cassell when he played for the Boston Celtics. Like Rondo was the young buck, he got the start. Sam Cassell came in and was like, he was a vet, right? And then you can use him in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? You can trust him for certain games, whatever the case may be. But starting him, that's a horrible plan for an 82 game season plus playoffs when you would rather have him healthy in the playoffs. So I would use the younger guy to wear him out, pause, and preserve Chris Paul.
I was gonna let you slide.
Yeah, preserve Chris Paul. So you got to have a plan for Chris Paul. So I wouldn't start him.
I mean, my only other option would be Chris Dunn starting.
I like that. He's a younger guy who's gonna lock up on defense.
I would say Chris Dunn, but I think just because you know what you're getting with Chris Paul and James Harden, I think that dynamic, and you send James Harden back to being a shooting guard, Kawhi at small forward, John Collins at power forward, Brook Lopez at center. I think that's a crazy starting lineup. Chris Paul, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, Brook Lopez, and you come off the bench with Chris Dunn, Bradley Beal, Zubac.
So this is what I like.
Bogdan Bogdanovic.
I like keeping James at the point guard. That way I can get his assists and his scoring threat when we need it. But he can run the offense and get his assists. He's capable of doing that. Then I get the best out of Bradley Beal because now he can get that feeling of being a focal point again a little bit. We know Kawhi gonna miss some games here and there, right? But
we know Bradley Beal gonna miss some games here and there.
That's possible. That's possible. That's
the only thing, and you know what's crazy, man? This team could be so good, and their biggest op is health.
Facts, but they got some plan Bs. I like their plan B, right? Because if their plan B is if we lose Kawhi or Bradley, we can always go back to what James Harden is really known for, which is Harden ball, and he can keep a above water for about a week or two. You know what I'm saying? While people are out playing Harden ball, and then Zubac is emerging as one of the best centers in the league, defensively and offensively.
Hold on, listen to this potential 12-man rotation though, right?
Yeah,
you're starting five: Chris Paul, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard.
Can we stop saying Chris Paul?
No.
All right.
Well, let me ask you this before I continue. You starting Nicholas Batum at power forward or John Collins at power forward?
John Collins.
Okay. So Chris Paul, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, Brook Lopez. Then your second unit.
Give me one of them. You keep saying Brook Lopez and Chris Paul. Why?
Okay. I'm not taking Brook Lopez out. I'll give you Chris Dunn back in starting lineup.
No, I want Harden. I want Harden, Bill, Kawhi, John Collins, Zubac.
Give me Houston, James Harden back. You can get that with Chris Paul or Chris Dunn at point guard.
I only need Houston, James Harden 2 to 3 times a month. Because what I want from James Harden is Brooklyn James Harden when Kyrie and KD was the scoring threat. And in this case, Kawhi and Bradley Beal is Kyrie and KD.
I don't like it.
Dang.
I don't like it.
I thought I was spitting.
I see the vision, but I would just rather prefer if you have to game plan every night to pick your poison between who you decide to let go off, and you got to pick between James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, and you got Chris Paul who can feed them both, and let both of them. But I don't want James Harden to have to worry about being a facilitator.
James Harden can feed as well. Like I do want him. Listen, you can still get the best of both worlds, Chris. You can still get, like, they didn't bring Chris Paul there just to ride on the bench. They're going to utilize him. So if I'm starting the game and my game plan is I got Bradley Beal and Kawhi, they're getting most of my shots. James Harden is facilitating. When Kawhi goes to sit down or Bradley Beal goes to sit down, and I bring Chris Paul in, now I can move James Harden to the 2, and then he can be a focal point.
But look at what you like. If you run that lineup, look how many people you end up like. The Clippers have so much possible production. You got Bogdanovich, shooter, Bradley Beal, shooter. You got Derrick Jones Jr. can get you buckets. You're leaving so many people. Chris Dunn, you leaving him in the wings?
No, not really.
Listen,
Nicholas Batum. They got two lineup. First of all, I want to be a fly on the wall at these practices when they run, because James Harden and Chris Paul going at it. Bradley Beal being guarded by Chris Dunn. Kawhi and Derrick Jones Jr. Nicholas Batum on John Collins, and then Brook Lopez and Zubac. Hey, this team here, boy, sheesh.
The only thing stopping them is health.
Facts. But they got plan Bs for these health. And they still got Bogdanovich over there on the bench. I really like this squad, man. They're 11 men deep.
12, honestly.
Maybe.
12. I think 12 for sure. Nicholas Batum is still serviceable.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So you got Batum, you got Batum backing up John Collins. Your shooting guard room is crazy.
Okay.
Between Bradley Beal, James Harden, Bogdanovich.
James Harden ain't a 2 guard no more. Dude, he been a point guard for like 6 straight years.
And I want him to go back to being a shooting guard. And with Chris Paul there and Chris Dunn there, this is the perfect opportunity for him to do it. We know that you can get assists. So if we get in foul trouble with Chris Paul, which is known to happen, Chris Paul can get you 4 fouls in the first half, right? So if we get in foul trouble, we got to sit Chris Paul, and you split the load between you and Chris Dunn. We know that you can do it. But I don't want that to be your focal point. I want you to just go out there and get buckets.
He's 41, bro.
Okay, so then start Chris Dunn.
You can, but Chris Dunn is the ball still okay. You can start Chris Dunn, but then you got Bradley Beal on the bench.
Good.
We just seen it in Phoenix. That's not a good idea.
Well, when you have to when Bradley Beal is the only scoring threat on that bench, yeah, of course it's gonna look ugly.
He's not the only scoring.
No, I'm talking about in Phoenix. He was the only scoring threat on that bench, minus Grayson Allen. But now you get him. They have a whole nother starting lineup as the bench in LA. So now listen,
Chris,
listen. I hear you.
I know what Ty Lue's gonna do.
Right? He's starting Brook Lopez. I want you to
start Brook Lopez, dog.
You want to put a friendly wager on
it? We can put a friendly wager on it.
Let's bet a shot. Let's bet a shot of Crown.
I don't drink no more.
Oh, well, a shot of water. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, how about this? Because I don't like watermelon. If he doesn't start Brook Lopez, I'll go eat a watermelon.
Why got to be something we eating or something like that? Look, listen.
Don't bet money?
I don't bet money.
Exactly. So,
but I'm so sure about this one. I'm willing to take your money on this one.
$5?
No, I want a plate from Destination Smokehouse.
You just said why are we betting something edible,
That's
and then
true.
and then you go talk. But you know what? That's a bet. Well, Destination Smokehouse.
Destination Smokehouse, oxtails, and
oh, you getting expensive.
Are you scared?
Fine.
All right,
we do.
No, I tell you what, I'm gonna put a real bet on it. If Brook Lopez start game 1,
mm-hmm.
and Zubac is not injured,
mm-hmm.
but it's just Ty Lue's decision to start Brook Lopez, you can have this.
What's that?
It's this,
Oh,
the smaller one.
and what you want if Zubac starts and Brook Lopez not hurt?
I want the oxtail plate.
Okay, that's a bet.
All right. Y'all seen it right here on the show.
It's official tissue, baby. He's starting Brook. I don't know why you wouldn't start Brook Lopez.
Because he's old. He's old as hell. And I want my old people to be available all season plus playoffs.
He'll start, but I don't think he'll get starters minutes. I think you put him in there because what he can give you.
But why would you do that to the younger emerging guy and stunt his growth? We've already seen the ceiling for Brook Lopez, right? So yeah, let the young you got an 82 game gauntlet of a season to get through. Let the young guy who doesn't get hurt that often, who is the best defender against Jokic, who just had one of his best seasons last season, let him continue to grow because we haven't seen the ceiling for him.
I think what it will be is a vet respect. I think that'll end up.
No, vet respect is getting you on the championship roster, and you're going to get vet minutes. I mean, listen, let's look at the Boston Celtics when they won the championship. They had Sam Cassell on the bench. They had James Posey on the bench, right? They had PJ Brown on the bench. 3 great vets. If they would have started them, that means Kendrick Perkins would have been on the bench. That means Tony Allen would have got less minutes because some games Tony Allen started. And they're the young bucks. Why would you bench them for the vets that they're just here to help the young guys progress?
Yeah, and it's not taking away anything from, because we've definitely seen Zubac progress over the last few seasons, like become a top center in the league. But I think Brook Lopez still gives you more offensively, right? And with this lineup like that, you can come out the gate swinging. You getting buckets from anywhere. And then once we
said swinging, the way you said swinging, first of all, please, man, don't say swinging like that no more. You came out the gates ready to go and running.
Came out the gates hot.
All right,
that's fair, right?
It's better than swinging.
And you build a lead, and then you bring in the defensive lineup to sustain it.
Nah, dog.
That's what I see it as. Put it. What y'all think in the comments? Put a 1 if you think Lopez is gonna start. Put a 2 in the comments if you think Zubac gonna start. Let's see what the folks say.
Yeah, Tyson said he got to check out Destination Smokehouse. Man, hey bro, if you close to Marietta and you ain't checked out Destination Smokehouse yet, man, you missing out.
You
man.
Slipping.
Go get them oxtails.
Go get anything, honestly. The ribs, the oxtails, the brisket. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Yeah, I allow myself to eat beef like twice a month. And when I do, it's usually oxtail. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. All right, man, let's get into this trade real quick before